you're watching the weekend edition of the Urban Debate. I am Afrida Rahman Ali. The big talking point today in the Hathras case is the UP government's decision to file an FIR against unnamed persons for inciting caste-based violence. Yes, that's what the FIR says. Now, this, like I said, is an FIR against unnamed persons, and this development, viewers, comes close on the heels of the Yogi government deciding to call for a CBI inquiry. So soon after that decision, the fresh move that the Yogi government makes is to file this FIR. Now, there are some interesting developments that have happened over the past few days. We'll take our viewers through all the details. What is important here is to look at the entire timeline of this case. And what do we see? A hasty cremation to begin with, then the opposition members being heckled, blocked from Hathras, and now this latest move, like I said, where we perhaps can say that the UP government has decided to go on the offensive this time around. So we'll talk about whether the probe is on the right track and whether there is hope for justice to be served to the victim. Let me introduce my guests this evening. Joining me in this discussion is Mr. V.N. Rai, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, also Manish Shukla, spokesperson of the BJP, Juhi Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Aishwarya Mahadev, national spokesperson of the Congress Party. I welcome you all to Mirror Now. We are first going to listen in to the reaction that has come from the UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath that has just come a short while ago. Before we start the discussion, let's listen into that.
वे लोग देश में भी और प्रदेश में भी दंगा, जातीय दंगा भड़काना चाहते हैं, सांप्रदायिक दंगा भड़काना चाहते हैं। इस दंगे की आड़ में विकास रुकेगा, इस दंगे की आड़ में उनकी रोटियां सेकने के लिए उनको अवसर मिलेगा, इसलिए वे नित नए षड्यंत्र करते रहते हैं।
So that is the version, that is the word coming out of the head of the government in UP, that there is a clear attempt to incite danga or riots. That is what he says, and also of course referring to the fact that political parties are trying to capitalize on this issue for rajnitik or political ends. Manish Shukla ji, सबसे पहला सवाल तो यह है कि कहीं ना कहीं इज देयर एन अटेम्प्ट टू शील्ड द अक्यूज। जैसे मैंने कहा कि पूरा टाइमलाइन अगर हम देखें, क्रोनोलॉजी देखें, इट रीक्स ऑफ अ क्लियर एजेंडा टू ब्लॉक ट्रांसपेरेंसी, टू ब्लॉक अकाउंटेबिलिटी। आपकी सरकार जो है, शुरू में हमने देखा अफसरों ने किस तरह से क्रिमेशन, अंतिम संस्कार किया विक्टिम का, जो हिंदू रीति रिवाज के मुताबिक भी नहीं थी। उसके बाद मीडिया को ब्लॉक करना, ऑपोजिशन मेंबर्स को ब्लॉक करना, लाठी चार्ज करना, फिर अब जाके आपके सरकार ने ये निर्णय लिया है कि एक FIR फाइल कर दे अननेम्ड पर्सन्स के अगेंस्ट फॉर पेडलिंग लाइज, फॉल्स नैरेटिव्स एंड फॉर इंसाइटिंग कास्ट बेस्ड वायलेंस। क्या कहना चाहते हैं आप, क्यों आपने इस तरह के जो निर्णय लिया है आज?
देखिए, हाथरस प्रकरण को दो भाग में देखना चाहिए। एक तो 14 सितंबर से लेकर पीड़िता की मौत तक के डेट को अगर आप देखेंगे तो पीड़िता की मां और पीड़िता ने जो 14 सितंबर को थाने में जो बयान दिया था, उसके आधार पर पहली FIR दर्ज हुई। फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने जो बयान अगली बार दिया 8 दिन बाद, उस पर धाराएं बढ़ाई गई और मृत्यु के बाद 302 की धारा बढ़ाई गई। सभी आरोपियों की गिरफ्तारी कर ली गई, SIT की जांच पहले बैठाई गई और अंतिम क्रिया के दौरान जिनकी ढिलाई और लापरवाही सामने आई थी, ऐसे पुलिस कर्मियों के ऊपर कार्रवाई भी की गई है। CBI जांच की संस्तुति की गई। इसके तो जो अंतिम क्रिया का जो मामला था, उसके आधार पर जो SIT की प्रारंभिक जांच के आधार पर जो रिपोर्ट मिली, उस पर पुलिस वालों पर हमने कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित की। लेकिन अब जांच जब चल रही, तो जांच में जब ये सामने आ रहा है कि उत्तर प्रदेश को जाति और धर्म के आधार पर बांटना चाहते थे, कुछ लोग अशांत करना चाहते थे, तमाम सोशल मीडिया के प्लेटफॉर्म पे वेरीफाइड अकाउंट से झूठे भ्रामक खबरें फैलाई गई। मुख्यमंत्री जी के भी भ्रामक बयान आपने खुद देखे होंगे। एक चैनल का पोस्टर लगा के उनकी तरफ से बयान जारी किया गया और उसको फैलाया गया, जातिगत आधार पर फैलाया गया। तो हमको लगता है कि अगर कोई उत्तर प्रदेश को जाति दंगे में या धार्मिक दंगे में ढकेलना चाहता है तो उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। और इस आधार पे अज्ञात लोगों के ऊपर FIR दर्ज की गई है। अगर हमारी प्रतिबद्धता है कि आरोपी जेल में रहे, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई हो, तो साथ साथ उत्तर प्रदेश की लॉ एंड ऑर्डर भी हमारी प्रतिबद्धता है। अगर कोई इसको तोड़ने का प्रयास करेगा तो सुनिश्चित किया जाएगा कि उसकी गिरफ्तारी हो, उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई हो। और पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का जहां तक सवाल है, तो
तो
पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज
आपका
के
कहना
तो
यह है कि जो ऑपोजिशन मेंबर्स है उनका मकसद शुरू से ये रहा है कि जाति और धर्म के आधार पर दंगा फैलाए, ये आप कहना चाह रहे हैं? आपके मुख्यमंत्री ने भी यही कहा है. लेट मी गेट
किस
अ
तरीके
रिएक्शन
से
फ्रॉम जूही सिंह
किस
एंड फ्रॉम
तरीके
ऐश्वर्या
से
महादेवन.
किस
जूही
तरीके
सिंह, यू
से
गो अहेड फर्स्ट.
So, Frida,
मैं
according
आती
to
हूँ, आप पे
my
वापस आती हूँ. पहला एक पॉइंट एड्रेस कर लेने दीजिए, फिर आई विल कम टू द अदर इश्यूज एज वेल. यस.
So, Afrida, in spite of the very apparent miscarriage of justice and complete non-compliance of any rules of law and order, my friend from BJP says that the opposition actually instigated somebody to rape a girl and then used it to divide UP on caste lines. I mean, maybe the chief minister is inquiring against himself or the BJP friend, because if he has such names, he should make it public and arrest them immediately. What is this government doing since the 14th? Many days have passed, and today they come up with this when their own complete dereliction of duty, their inability to provide any dignity in life or death of the girl, or even protection of her family. Her family is being intimidated constantly. If he is talking about videos and statements, then there's a video which has emerged today also. And in spite of 144, there is any caste-based panchayat going on in Hathras. So what are they doing about this? And the chief minister has been watching too much Hindi television, because his line which he says, Rotiya Sekna, is also lifted from there. So you are responsible, you are an elected leader, you have a very old government. 3 years, 8 months now, I mean, you are moving into elections, and you still cannot control your administration, you cannot hold your administration accountable, and the chief minister doesn't know anything. I mean, for the first time, we have a chief minister who comes and tweets after a lot of time after the girl's death. You have delayed sending her samples to various hospitals. She's not got proper medical aid. And let's not say that, I mean, maybe my friend is again not aware of the new laws which classify molestation of a woman's body as to what extent it is rape. It's not just a dying declaration. There are other issues also involved, and the facts are already in the public domain, and it's sad that today also, instead of realizing their mistake, actually holding people. Yeah. Yes, Afri. Yes.
Okay, so you are still sticking to your position, saying that
Yes.
there is an attempt to cover up, there is dereliction of duty. Before I go to Aishwarya Mahadevan, let me just make it very clear here that there are statements coming from the district authorities as well. There is a law in place, section 144 is in place, delegation of not more than 5 people are allowed inside the village, and this is a statement coming from the SDM. Will also play out the bite. Okay, so let's first listen in to the events of today. Why did the lathi charge happen on the Samajwadi Party and the RLD members? And what is the justification we are getting on this from the district authorities? Let's listen in. I'm going across to Aishwarya next.
The situation since morning, or in fact, not only morning, but situation since the start of this event has been extremely peaceful in terms of maintenance of law and order is concerned. Since yesterday evening, political parties and their delegations were being allowed to go and visit the village and meet the families, whoever they wanted to meet, in a group of not more than 5 people. Since morning, a number of political parties, NGOs and other personnel have gone inside and have met a number of different people, including Samajwadi Party, the RLD, the Bhim Army, etc. In the afternoon, there was a large crowd, and there was a very minor incident of them trying to break through the barricade and to basically ensure that nobody takes law in their own hand. A minor use of force was basically used to disperse the crowd, and the situation is absolutely calm. The crowds have been dispersed.
Sir, I just want to know that there is another group which is now being now coming out, and we saw that there was some kind of face-off between the group, and that group is basically who are supporting the accused person. So, what is your view on that, and how you are managing that thing?
See, it's a democratic country, and people have and are free to basically air their views on different issues. As long as they don't take law in their hands, they don't violate the laws, they're absolutely free to do that. So if there are basically groups who want to vent out their frustration or their views through democratic means without taking law and order into their own hands, that will be allowed. The other groups were also basically taken into confidence, and after taking them into confidence, they too were dispersed from the place.
Well, so Aishwarya Mahadev, you heard there, what the SDM had to say, Mr. Prem Prakash Meena saying very clearly, this is the law. As long as you do it within democratic means, it's allowed, and there had to be a minor use of force applied in order to restore law and order. That is the reason given, and this apparently is now being misconstrued as opposition being crushed.
It is absolutely shameful that an SDM would come out as an officer and also part of the administration who is expected to be neutral and not favoring towards the legislative agenda, come out and say this. Because while they were hitting Samajwadi Party people and also, the RLD workers as well, you saw right in front of the victim's village, you see a large group of people in chairs, clearly more than 5 people, and this is from obviously a group which is supporting the accused, who are sitting peacefully and also making insightful statements against the victim and her family and people in that village. And if you at any point think that is democratic, it is absolutely shameful. But then again, the BJP's definition of democratic itself is extremely warped, as we have seen. But Afrida, let me point out a few things. Mr. Manish Shukla very eloquently put out the sequence of events everywhere that it happened and almost tried to say that, the due process of law has been followed. But for sir, when you say the FIR was registered on that date, you realize the reality was the family wasn't allowed to register the FIR properly. You realize when medical attention, you're saying medical attention was given, you realize she was basically thrown in a district hospital even though she should have been sent for more care and treatment. You realize when you say evidence was collected, you realize that samples were taken 11 days after the crime, and today Aligarh's medical report is telling you that there was penetration and that there was a clear case of rape, and your government sits here and only high-handedly to tell us now that caste elements have created this. Is there any other way to shame a woman who has lost her life? Is there any other way to disrespect a woman who basically had to suffer because of this systematic subjugation of communities that happens in Uttar Pradesh? Do you have any other justification? So you can come and lie all you want, but the reality and the truth is for all the people in this country to see. And they see what you're doing, they see what you're covering up, and they see the fact that you are lying in the face of the people of this country, and they will not keep quiet, sir.
Okay, I want a quick rebuttal from Manish Shukla ji, and then I'm going to Mr. V.N. Rai. Yes, Manish Shukla ji, बोलिए.
देखिए, पूरे प्रकरण में दूसरा जो पार्ट है वो बहुत शर्मनाक है। श्रीमती प्रियंका वाड्रा और राहुल गांधी जी जिस तरह से कल अट्ठास करते हुए हाथरस गए, उससे स्पष्ट होता है कि ये लोग वहां राजनीति करना चाहते थे, हंसते खेलते वहां पहुंचे और वहां उन्होंने एक नाटक किया जाके जरूर। लेकिन जो जांच का विषय है जो सामने आ रहा है कि एसडीपीआई और पीएफआई के लोगों के साथ मिलकर एक कॉकटेल था, जहरीला कॉकटेल था जो उत्तर प्रदेश को दंगों की आग में झोंकना चाहता है। और हमको लगता है कि महिला प्रवक्ता बैठी हैं, इनको प्रियंका जी और राहुल जी से पूछना चाहिए कि आप ऐसे हंसते हुए क्यों वहां जा रहे थे। दूसरी बात, आज समाजवादी पार्टी के डेलीगेशन को अनुमति थी, लेकिन वो अपने साथ अराजक तत्वों को ले गए जिन्होंने बैरिकेडिंग को तोड़ा, पत्थर चलाए, महिला पुलिस कर्मियों से बदसलूकी की। उसके बाद वहां पुलिस ने उनको रोकने के लिए जरूरी कदम उठाए। और हमको लगता है कि अगर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर तोड़ेंगे, कल तक डेलीगेशन की बात हो रही थी, कल तक हो रहा था केवल डेलीगेशन जाएगा, आज भारी मात्रा में अराजक तत्वों को समाजवादी पार्टी के डेलीगेशन के लोग लेके गए, महिला पुलिस कर्मियों से उन लोगों ने बदसलूकी की। 2 महिला प्रवक्ता बैठी हैं, हमको लगता है कम से कम निंदा करनी चाहिए इन लोगों को कि महिला पुलिस तो समाजवादी पार्टी को नहीं करना चाहिए। और कांग्रेस की प्रवक्ता तो राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता है, इनके राष्ट्र में राजस्थान आता है कि नहीं आता है, जो राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता बैठी है कांग्रेस की, कम से कम अशोक गहलोत से कहे वो।
देखिए, अभी इस वक्त हम उस मामले को we are not going to extend it to other states, Mr. Manish Shukla, much as you would like us to. We are talking about Uttar Pradesh. Let's focus on the issue at hand. Yeah. And before this becomes a political mudslinging, I want to bring in Mr. V.N. Rai because there are some very important questions to be asked. Yes, I'll come back to you. I have limited time. Let me address some issues with Mr. Rai, who's a senior officer and who has served as a DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Manish Shukla ji, एक सेकंड, मैं आती हूँ, आप पे वापस आती हूँ।
कम से कम कंडेम तो करिए मैडम
जी। let's get certain things straight out here.
जिम्मेदाराना है।
देखिए, आपकी बात मैं समझ रही हूँ, आप कह रहे हैं कि जो जिन्होंने अराजकता किया उनके खिलाफ एक्शन था, लेकिन उनमें ऑपोजिशन मेंबर्स भी थे, उनमें मीडिया के लोग भी थे. वन थिंग आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम मिस्टर VN Rai. Okay, Mr. VN Rai, I want to come across to you for this very important point that I have an important question here. In terms of consistency in enforcing the law, you would have heard the SDM there also being questioned by a reporter as to when it comes to enforcing Section 144. Why is it that, you know, you are going to impose it with greater force when it comes to media and opposition, but when it comes to these group of people, apparently upper caste men were having a gathering there, a meeting there where the police has not intervened. So clearly the police in UP has been questioned at every level, and even at this stage, this is so blatant that you see a gathering happening on one hand, which is being allowed to. The only way that force is being used is on the opposition and the media.
Right from the beginning, the conduct and performance of UP police, and I should extend it to the UP government, has been totally insensitive and unprofessional. The way they behaved right from the beginning, it had been totally unprofessional. So, lathi charging a particular section and allowing other sections to freely roam, I am not surprised. The thing is that if police is not allowed to function independently and all the instructions are coming from Lucknow, so you cannot blame the police officers on the ground. You can see they have punished the Superintendent Police, they have not punished District Magistrate, who was equally or more responsible for the whole thing, with the whole chaos, the whole confusion which took place. So what is happening, it is not surprising me. It only pains me that all the governments, not this government, the government which was before this government, they have also misused police in the same way, and this government is also doing the same job. So this is very painful, and you feel sorry for the policemen, you feel sorry for the people of the country, that police is not allowed to behave professionally. There was a chief minister who was posting police officers of his caste. Now he has gone, he has been ousted. Another chief minister comes, he is also posting policemen of his caste to sensitive places. He is not allowing police to function professionally. So these things are bound to happen. These are very natural, what visuals you are showing are very natural to happen in this situation.
Okay. All right, so that is very clear then, and this is coming from a senior officer, that this is no way for the police to operate. And let's also be clear that there are, of course, directions from seniors, from the political masters, based on which certain decisions on ground is taken, is what Mr. Rai is trying to say. Of course, we have to go with that for now, but I want to ask you once again, Juhi Singh, can I come to you on this question on how is it helping this entire chaos that is being created with the entire opposition landing up there with so many political parties? Is it in any way going to help the investigation, or is it creating hindrance? Because the UP government, at least on that point, perhaps there is some merit to the argument that when you crowd around the area, when you're hounding the family, when there is no breathing space for the family even, how do you expect a fair investigation if that is what you are pitching for?
So, Afrida, the complication with the Hathras is that the government, the political leadership says that we are spreading anarchy and the political parties are hounding the family. Well, you heard the SDM. According to the SDM, it was an event. It was a minor event, and we've got it under control. And we will allow people to hold assemblies if we like it, although 144 is imposed, because I don't think the particular officer has any knowledge of the Constitution of India, and he should be ashamed that he is an IS officer. Now, Mr. VN Rai conveniently confused governments, that this government and governments before this. So, to sir also, I would like to question, sir, did anybody exert pressure on you? You were a direct recruit. You have. So, sir, so what did you? Sir, please let me speak. Sir, don't get offended.
You will have to
Sir,
listen.
please let me
Your
complete.
chief,
Sir, let me
the
complete. Don't get offended.
earlier
Sir,
chief,
you are getting
chief
offended.
minister was worse
Sir,
than this.
no. Sir, you will have to listen to my question. Just
Your
because
chief
you
minister
are a
was worse
direct
than this.
recruit and you're a
Your
retired person, don't bully me on
chief
this
minister
channel,
was
sir.
worse than
I
this.
will ask you,
So
did you dare to say no or
no.
not? No, sir, you are not listening.
No,
You are
please,
getting offended because you
Mr.
cannot
Wright,
continue to
please
understand.
allow Juhi Singh to complete her point.
Then she's
Yes,
asking something to me.
No,
So let me
because let me
answer.
No,
complete
let's
the
hear
sentence,
each
sir.
other out. Otherwise,
Yeah.
this is absolutely making no
I
sense.
was just
No,
saying
then she
that
should not
I
ask.
request,
Sir,
I
please,
request Mr. Rai to kindly allow Juhi Singh to finish her point.
Sir, you will not bully me out here. I am saying that Mr. Rai was also in charge of a very important protest and he controlled it. So direct recruits, IAS, IPS officers have said no. They have said no to political leaders more powerful than Yogi Adityanath and political parties which may have been much more dominating than even the BJP. But at the moment, the BJP refuses to recognize that it is on the wrong. There's a complete different narrative that the political leadership is spinning and a complete different narrative which the administration chooses to believe. So maybe the investigation is taking place because the media is there, because there is a lot of noise being made by the opposition, and we will go there. I mean, it is our right, and we are not hounding the families. Videos have
Okay.
surfaced as to who is hounding the family. They should take action against them also. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, yes, please make your point now, Mr. Rai. You were trying to
Yes.
come in. We couldn't understand what exactly you were trying to say. Please go ahead. Finish your point.
I said that all the chief ministers try to misuse police. They try to use police in their
Agreed,
own
sir.
political interest. And Juhi's chief minister was doing the same thing. So the earlier chief minister was posting police officer of particular caste to sensitive places. This chief minister is doing the same thing. So unfortunately, politicians are not different. That's what I wanted to say. This is
Yes,
very
sir, but
unfortunate.
officers
This is,
are.
Okay.
this is
That's
the
a fair
reality of
point.
the
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Valid point.
okay.
Officers
Now,
are.
before we've heard all the sides on this point. I want to bring in another issue now, Mr. Rai. Again, I want to come to you on this issue. That there is a dying declaration by the victim, where there is a very clear allusion to sexual assault. Now you would have heard that there are contradictory claims coming. There is of course a forensic report which says that rape is not established, but on the other hand you do have a dying declaration. I want to know from you as an experienced officer, in terms of admissibility, which document or which will have greater force or greater admissibility as evidence in this case?
Two things. Dying declaration is a very important evidence. So dying declaration will, mostly it is accepted by the courts. It is taken as the final, number one thing. Number two, for rape, it is not
Okay.
necessary. You can say ignorant politicians, police officers, they were telling that no semen was found. It is not necessary.
True.
Congress spokesperson has very beautifully said it, that it is not necessary. You see section 375 of Indian Penal Code and the Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2012. So it is not necessary that semen should be there. So this is a clear case of rape. If the political parties, if especially the ruling party and their supporters
Okay.
are trying to convince us
So-
that no rape has taken, this is very insensitive. This should not be allowed to. They should not be allowed to
Okay.
speak in such insensitive manner.
मनीष शुक्ला जी, देखिए आपकी सरकार जो है वो फोरेंसिक रिपोर्ट को कोट करती है ये बात कहने के लिए कि कंस्पिरेसी है, रेप तो रूल आउट कर दिया फोरेंसिक रिपोर्ट ने. एक्चुअली इट हैज नॉट रूल्ड आउट, इट हैज सिंपली सेड दैट रेप इज नॉट एस्टैब्लिश्ड एंड इट हैज स्पेसिफाइड द कॉज ऑफ डेथ. लेकिन शायद उस बेसिस पे हो या कुछ और बेसिस पे हो जो एफआईआर फाइल किया गया ये कह के कि कोई षड्यंत्र है, कंस्पिरेसी है. किस बेसिस पे आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं, किस बेसिस पे ये एफआईआर फाइल किया गया है?
हमको लगता है कि राय साहब ने कई चीजें क्लियर की हैं. देखिए, जो लड़की का बयान था उसके आधार पे एफआईआर दर्ज की गई गैंग रेप, और उस लड़की और उस परिवार के ही बयान के आधार पे सारी एफआईआर दर्ज कर दी गई है. अब जब ये मुकदमा जाएगा न्यायालय में तो सारे जो भी रिपोर्ट्स है, मेडिकल रिपोर्ट्स, पीएम, एफएसएसएल का जो रिपोर्ट है, सब जाएगी और न्यायालय तय करेगा कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है। लेकिन सरकार पीड़िता के साथ खड़ी थी, इसलिए उसके बयान के आधार पर ही एफआईआर दर्ज कर ली गई। हमने पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट या विधि विज्ञान प्रयोगशाला की रिपोर्ट का इंतजार नहीं किया
नहीं, वो करनी ही पड़ेगी।
रेप है कि रेप नहीं है, तो
वो तो बयान पे करना ही पड़ेगा।
नहीं, वो तो देखिए, हम तो न्याय को हम तो मानने वाले हैं कानून को। आपकी सरकार की तरह थोड़ी है कि नहीं मानते हैं, तो मान ही लिए।
वो तो दिख रहा है ना। I don't want to convert this into this sort of
देखिए, सबूत जो है, there is a certain process of law, and therefore I asked that question because I could understand that the BJP government is banking a lot on this forensic report to allude to the fact that there are conspiracy theories and false narratives being pushed. What I can imagine is one of the false narrative that perhaps it's referring to is the rape charges, because that's the only thing that has been debunked to a certain extent recently. Now, my point is, okay, let me have Aishwarya Mahadev as well on the discussion. Aishwarya Mahadev, I want to ask you, if you look at the action taken by the government, all accused have been arrested. SIT probe has been ordered and the report is going to be submitted in the next 3 days. And now the UP government has also ordered a CBI inquiry. So where exactly do you think that the government of Uttar Pradesh has not acted as per procedure? Where exactly is your problem?
पहले ऐश्वर्या जी को कम से कम अशोक गहलोत जी को कहना चाहिए कि बच्चियां सैर सपाट करने गई थी, उस पे इनको निंदा करनी चाहिए।
नहीं, हम अशोक गहलोत पे बाद में आएंगे, आप प्लीज टॉपिक पे रहिए एंड लेट मी ऐश्वर्या महादेव रिस्पॉन्ड प्लीज। मनीष शुक्ला जी, आप पे मैं वापस आती हूँ। आई वांट ऐश्वर्या महादेव टू रिस्पॉन्ड।
Okay, Afrida, prima facie, I am going to complete this because Mr. Manish Shukla seems to be fixated
I cannot
about
have a discussion like this. You're trying to hijack the conversation, Manish Shukla ji. Yes, go ahead.
The fact is, he seems to be obsessed with Rajasthan and the fact that Juhi ji and I are female spokespersons, and obviously it's very astounding to him, right? Fact of the matter remains that rape, wherever it occurs under whatever government, what action the government takes is what is critical. Please go ask the Rajasthan government, the Chhattisgarh government, by what time the FIR was filed and what procedure has been there. It was not the governments that cremated the body, which destroyed evidence, and in the middle of the night believed that all evidence that you had here should have been burnt with the body of the victim. I'll tell you why we do not have faith in the procedure here. Yes, prima facie you filed an FIR, but when did you file it? Prima facie you had an investigation, but how many days after did you have it? Prima facie you say that there's a dying declaration, but then ADGP comes out and says, no, there is no gang rape. While clearly the 2013 amendment of the IPC 375 tells you that you do not need penetration for it to be rape, and dying declaration in 3 Supreme Court cases of Paneerselvam versus Tamil Nadu, of Anirban versus Atbir versus NCT, and another case in Gujarat of Anniben. All 3 of them tell you dying declaration holds very strong evidentiary value, which can be corroborated with further evidence. It is prima facie evidence here, Afrida, and we are telling you that if it was not for the political party and the media pressure, the Yogi government covered this up. Let me remind you of what happened to the Unnao case, where the rape victim had to immolate herself asking for justice. Her family members were killed. And the fact of the matter remains that the Yogi government is so mired in its own corruption and its dark hole of law and order, where it's almost a Gunda Raj. I am sorry, I do not have any faith in the institutions. Your DM is coming there and harassing people. Your ADGP, who does not have the actual standing to make those statements, is coming out and speaking about whether there was gang rape or not. And you have a god-awful PR company sending notes to media houses saying, no, there is no gang rape. SIT will actually cover this and tell you there's no gang rape. In India, the perception of justice is very different from the delivery of justice. And the fact of the matter here is this woman, because of her socio-economic structure and the unfortunate fact that she was born where she was born in a state like Uttar Pradesh, may not get justice if the Congress party and all other opposition parties do not stand up against this system. And that is the fact of the matter, Afrida.
All right. मनीष शुक्ला जी, बताइए क्या रिस्पॉन्स है आपका? जो अभी ऐश्वर्या महादेव ने कहा कि जिस तरह से देयर हैज बीन लैप्सेस एट एवरी स्टेजेस इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्टिंग ऑन टाइम, व्हिच इज क्रिटिकल इन अ केस लाइक दिस।
नहीं, देखिए, वो गलत बोल रही हैं, गलत तथ्य बोल रही हैं। अंतिम संस्कार जो लैब्स थे उस पे कार्रवाई की गई है। हाँ, लेकिन जो पीड़िता के बयान थे उसके आधार पर एफआईआर दर्ज की गई, सीबीआई जांच की हमने सिफारिश की है। लेकिन मैं फिर से कहना चाहता हूं, महिला होने के नाते कम से कम अपने मुख्यमंत्री को कहिए कि आरोपी नाबालिग है और लड़कियां सैर सपाटे के लिए गई थी, इससे बचें। और हमने तो सीबीआई जांच कर दी, एसआईटी की जांच कर दी, और आपके यहाँ तो मुख्यमंत्री बलात्कारियों के साथ खड़े हो जा रहे हैं। आज छत्तीसगढ़ के एक मंत्री ने क्या कहा है, आपने देखा कि नहीं देखा? आप तो राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता हैं, छत्तीसगढ़ भी आपके क्षेत्र में आता होगा, राजस्थान भी आता होगा, और कुछ नहीं तो उत्तर प्रदेश का बलरामपुर तो आता ही होगा। वहां आप नहीं बोलने जाती है। जो सेलेक्टिव इनका अप्रोच है।
Let me just take final comments. There's one important question I need to address.
बारे में ऑपोजिशन क्यों नहीं बात किया, उसके बारे में आप बात करें.
I got your point, Manish Shukla ji.
Rapes are wrong. He is saying, why didn't you go to that place where the rape happened? That is what is shameful being in Uttar Pradesh, sir. You are the person who's supposed to prevent rape, not tell us why didn't you outrage at the rape there? Why didn't you talk about the rape in another part of the state? You should talk about what you have done. In 2012, you were on the streets covering up. Smriti Irani was shouting from the rooftops. Where is she now as WCD minister? All she does is talk about politicization. Absolutely shameful that a government cannot do its job, so it blames
the fact is, Aishwarya Mahadev and Juhi Singh, I want to just make one point clear here, that there is absolutely no unanimity on there is no ambiguity, I'm sorry, on the fact that the way the police cremated the body was wholly illegal. It was a violation of human rights of the victim. I don't think there can be any difference of opinion on that one, at least. It was done in a hurried manner, and what I understand as of now is that while we outrage over punishing the accused, those who committed the crime, there is not enough outrage on those officers for dereliction of duty. For those officers are suspended or transferred, but is that enough? Is that enough? Because oftentimes what happens is the same officers are restored and the pattern repeats itself every few months. There is no course correction in the way the police is functioning. You may arrest the accused and the law of course takes endless amount of time to reach its logical conclusion. In the meanwhile, you have the same officers recycled in the same system with no lessons learned. Why would you have an Unnao and a Hathras and a Balrampur in quick succession?
Agreed.
The reason is that there is no penalty for the officers who have failed the system, for those officers who have committed, even in this case, the way we have seen the cremation was done in a hurry. In fact, it was hardly a cremation. It was literally burning the body up in flames in order to destroy evidence. So I do understand that there is a very strong word among activists, social activists, common citizen, the civil citizen groups as well, not just political parties, on the way this girl was denied the basic dignity in death. So let's be very clear on that. Yes, Juhi Singh, you were saying something.
Aishwarya, this one thing, Afrida, just one thing which Aishwarya was saying. What is this sort of gender profiling of Mr. Manish Shukla? कि महिला होने की वजह से is Manish Shukla supporting the rape? Is Manish Shukla's party standing by the way the government or the administration handled it? So I mean, just this, I've been hearing this along. And महिला होने की वजह से you should condemn. We are all condemning it. You did not follow the procedures. There was dereliction of duty. The SIT has no mandate to even take action against your police officers. Your SDM or ADM is still speaking nonsense on television. Your district magistrate is still there. The CBI has also sent in certain recommendations on the Unnao case for action to be taken against officers who helped in the Unnao case or were complicit. Did you take action against them? That you can take even if you are a man, Manish Shukla, and you're not a woman, because next time you use this statement, please remember that on the panel, we are all discussing an issue, not being Mahila and Purush, and that's the responsibility you should come with. Hathras is, that is why so heated up, because there are basic questions being raised on the administration and the fact that you did not, people are losing faith, and Balrampur then followed to Ghosi. I mean, it's repeating everywhere, and you have to follow these procedures. Yes, yes, Afrida. Sorry.
उनको बचा रहा है मुख्यमंत्री और आप नहीं बोल रही हैं.
Right, let's take final comments now. Okay, जी. I think I have lost I'm not able to hear Mr. Shukla very clearly.
Good.
Aishwarya Mahadev,
क्या
you want
सवाल
to
है?
come in?
जी, सवाल क्या है?
Do I speak or do we let him?
सवाल
जी
क्या
आप
है?
बताएं, अभी जो मसला है, जिस तरह से प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है प्रोब में, आपको क्या लगता है कि आगे आपका अगला कदम क्या होगा? अभी तो आप ऑफेंसिव में आ गए, एक एफआईआर फाइल कर दिया, लेकिन जो विक्टिम है, जो उनकी फैमिली है, वो तो जस्टिस के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं. उनके लिए आपका क्या कहना है? विक्टिम के फैमिली के लिए आपको क्या कहना है?
मुझे लगता है कि एक आपने फॉर्मर डीजीपी भी बैठाया है. अगर जो आरोपी हैं उनके ऊपर 376, 302 का मुकदमा कायम है, वो जेल के अंदर हैं. फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में हम ले जा रहे हैं. सीबीआई जांच की हमने सिफारिश कर दी है. इसका 1% नहीं करने वाले लोग आपके चैनल पर बैठ के ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, तमाम तरह की बातें कह रहे हैं. मैंने तो ये कहा कि एक निंदा कर दीजिए कि बच्चियां सैर सपाटे के लिए जाती हैं, आरोपी नाबालिग हैं. एक मुख्यमंत्री कहते हैं, बलात्कारी के साथ खड़े होते हैं कांग्रेस के मुख्यमंत्री. राहुल गांधी, प्रियंका जी हंसते हुए वीडियो आता है और इनके पेज से शेयर होता है, कांग्रेस के पेज से शेयर होता है. तो मुझे तो मंशा, उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने राहुल और प्रियंका का जो है वो चेहरा देखा है, हंसते हुए, हाथ रस जाते हुए. हमको पता है और हम लोग, हमारी सरकार पीड़िता के साथ है, उसको न्याय मिले इसके साथ है. सारी एफआईआर दर्ज है, सारे आरोपी गिरफ्तार हैं और सीबीआई जांच हो जाएगी तो वो चेहरे भी सामने आएंगे जिन्होंने अशांति फैलाने की कोशिश की, जिन्होंने जाति और धर्म.
लेकिन आपको ऑपोजिशन लीडर्स के वहां जाने से इतना आपको परेशानी क्यों है? आपको इतनी परेशानी क्यों है? अगर वो जाते हैं, मिल लेते हैं और फैमिली की बातें सुन लेते हैं, तो इन अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री दैट शुड बी अलाउड, दैट शुड बी वेलकम. ओके, आई हैव ओनली टाइम फॉर फाइनल कमेंट्स. यस, ऐश्वर्या महादेव, प्लीज.
Frida, the fact remains that today they seem to have more problems with the fact that opposition leaders want to meet the family of the victim. Tell me how many of their leaders have actually gone to even comfort the family of this person. We've seen reports of the DM trying to say nobody will stand with you, don't talk to the media or opposition. We've seen the DM put the city, the entire district and areas and the village under lockdown because people wanted to attempt to meet this grieving family. While today you see that men always obviously supporting the accused are sitting there with 144 being selectively applied. The fact of the matter remains, Mr. Shukla will say procedure is being followed. What we're asking is, sir, is it free and fair? We're saying your track record is so abysmal, not only over every other rape, but also in this case, especially because of the caste ramifications, that we do not believe you're going to have a free and fair report. Now, you're talking about SITs. One last fact I want to tell you. Since Yogi ji became the chief minister, you've had 4 SITs. You know how many of them have given reports? None. Absolutely zero. You can look up at the fact of this, that none of these SIT investigations have a report. Yes, there are 3 more days for this SIT investigation. You have the CBI coming in. You have almost such an insulting fact that they want to have a narco analysis of the family to see if they're even lying or not. Please tell me, what would a family that has lost their daughter to such brutality have a reason to lie for? Especially when they're such in such a weakened position in the caste hierarchy in that state, where everyday caste lines are drawn, everyday caste hierarchy is imposed, and everyday violence against women especially is not only a sexual offense but an offense of subjugation and intimidation against the whole community, saying I can do this with impunity and get away. The fact remains that today we are seeing more and more women being put through this brutality, because not only is the administration failing, but there is tacit acceptance of these leaders because of their political vote banks that allow these things to happen, Afrida, and that is what is unfortunate. And until that changes, we will see no change in every woman spokesperson or woman on the ground. We're all just as unsafe as everybody else.
Caste hierarchy, like you said, Aishwarya, being imposed, that also looks pretty visible. How else would you have, under the noses of the authorities, allowing a certain other upper caste men have their gathering, have their meeting, and no Section 144 applies to them? Is there a larger attempt somewhere to shield the accused? In fact, on ground, our reporter tells us there are people standing in favor of the accused today, as it happened in certain other cases in UP. So that's appalling. But at the moment, the big question, of course, is that is society also somewhere complicit? You may have hanged the Nirbhaya rapist, but few more have raised their ugly heads. Where is the deterrence? How do we correct the system, and how do we police the police? The law enforcement agency has failed us at many levels. That's perhaps more than evident from this case. I would like to thank all my guests for joining the discussion this evening. Thank you all for giving us your time.